Questions, please.
Bob, you guys have played pretty well the last 10 games. Did you see this one coming at all?
No, I didn't. I don't know. I've done this for 40 years, man. I don't. We didn't go like we usually do in practice. But they've been, you know, they've been good. They've listened. They've tried to do what you ask them. I don't know. We just didn't. We had no bounce. Had no pep in our step. They got to every loose ball. They start the second half. We blocked 3 shots. They get 7 points out of 3 blocked shots. And I didn't see it coming. I didn't think we were like we were in Kansas City, ready to play.
So you got to ask about Derek. What was the situation with him? Can you tell us?
He was late. And this whole mess started because I compromised my principles. You know, you try to help people, and some people you can't help. I don't know, man. You know, we're this country has gotten so into individual rights that they don't give a damn about anybody else. And you got 13 guys on the team. You can't do everything well for one guy when it's detrimental to 12 others. But we're doing that as a country. We're certainly doing that in the NCAA. And, you know, the thing about it is I just said this on the radio, you know, when I first got here, our best player was our hardest worker. Joe Alexander was our hardest worker. He was our best player. After that, Deshaun Butler, and Day wasn't, you know, he worked, but he wasn't a great worker. He became a great worker, and he was our best player. You go right down the line, and I was thinking about it, the great teams that I've had have always had, our leader has always been our hardest working guy. And so you had no choice but to fall in line. You know, it's like anything else, man. You know, everybody wants to be the top dog, but they don't want the responsibility of it. They want to run around, beat their chest, and say, yeah, you know, I'm going to lead this team. Yeah, you have. Wrong damn direction, you know. So, and I just, you know, it kills me because I know 6,500 people show up, man. Show up to starting to believe in these guys, and we do this. It's just hard. I've never lost, you know. I mean, I've never, but I mean, that's not me. It's just, it's eating me up. But I guess the positive is I've learned don't compromise your principles for anybody. Nobody's more important than the team, which is the way it's always been. And this year, for whatever reason, that's not what I did. It was my fault. It's 100% my fault.
Is it disappointing? Is it maddening that so many of these guys have played with JC and they didn't absorb that work ethic?
Walk in any workplace and you got, you know, the people who get paid the most generally work their ass off, and the other people don't. Do you think they see that guy and they say, I want to be like him, and then very, very few of them, right? Everybody finds their own level, I guess. I don't. JC had great work ethic. Tariq had great work ethic, for that matter. Table. I mean, I think it's more than that. You know, it's you gotta have some heart. You gotta play through things. You got to play through being tired. You got to play through being hurt. You got to play through, you know, things happening off the floor. You got to have a single-mindedness of purpose.
Coach, the way Coastal started the second half, did it seem like it was too much to overcome at that point? Players said they were stunned a little bit by some of the shots they were making.
Well, where they were standing, they had a pretty good look at it. I don't know, Justin. I mean, you know, they made shots. I mean, yeah, they did. We had pretty much the same shots and didn't make any. And we got intimidated around the goal by some 6'5", 6'6" guys. I mean, let's be honest. You know, we're usually trying to score around the goal against people much bigger than what they are. We didn't make shots. You know, it's and that happens sometimes. But I know it happens when it happens to everybody. We just didn't. We didn't pass the ball. I know you come out of a timeout and with a set play, and they don't know where they don't know what they're doing. You know, that part's really frustrating. We walk into things. We just walked. We walked into press breakers. We walked into sets. I don't know, I probably made a mistake, you know, being too easy on them. Probably. I don't know that. I can't read their minds. I just know this. I know the difference between winners and losers is winners show up all the time. They don't look for outs. They don't say, wow, they're making it. They say, that's what we're going to get another one on me. You know, it's not, wow, I was dumbfounded by the way they made shots. Well, I'll try to guard them on, see if that works. Got to get up on it. Maybe don't let them go to their right hand when they're right-handed. Don't let them finish with their right hand when they're right-handed. How about maybe make a rotation? Don't stand and watch. We got a lot of watchers. A lot of watchers.
It's hard to say after a game like this, but how do you feel about the core you have coming back for next year and with a whole off season to work with them?
Well, to this point, we've added a guy who's lost one game in 3 years, and probably the best rebounder in high school basketball. So obviously, that's going to help our talent. I'm trying to say this the right way.
Cool. Any way you want.
It's what I told them. You show us every day whether you really want to be a part of something special or whether you don't. And a lot of them on a daily basis tell me I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this because they're not doing the right things. And you know, that's the thing. Well, you try to help them. I try to help a bunch of guys this year, and it's one of the worst seasons in the history of West Virginia basketball because I hurt the hole. I'm not going to do that again. And I've never done that before. I mean, I've gotten rid of my best player before because he was hurting everybody else. And we became much, much better. We went to the NCAA tournament with 3 football players, 2 tight ends and a linebacker. Lost by 4 to Michigan. And I had gotten rid of my best player because he just wouldn't do right.
Anything else?
Let me just say, here's the thing that bothers me. Phil Alexander went from not playing very much, really, from what I understand, to being one of the better players in the country. Deshaun Butler went from being guy who Rutgers didn't even offer, he lived right down the road, to one of the best players in America. Kenyon Martin came in, I swear to God, couldn't make a shot from 5 feet. Ended up being the best player, unanimously the best player in America. Danny Fortune came in, and Danny was a high school All-American, but Danny couldn't, I mean, Danny was a terrible free throw shooter. But they worked, they improved, they listened, they tried, they didn't sit on their ass and say, oh, I want to be the best player in the country. They were in the gym, they were asking for help. They were doing things that weren't hard, weren't easy, they were hard, but they were doing hard things, pushing themselves. You know, when, how many times did they beat us down the floor? Can't run down the floor. That's that old stuff, which we're never going to have again. I mean, we're going to be maybe trying to do the right thing by them and all that. Maybe I was way too soft on them from the time the season was over. Through this thing, maybe should have practiced them hard. Maybe should have ran them more.
Do you have guys like that in this bunch?
That what?
That will have that work ethic to improve?
I don't know. You can put a lot of time in the gym, but you know, it's about improving, and it's not about you know. Yeah, I think in today's world you get guys that can show you how many times they can dribble between their legs and how fast, or how many times they can dribble around in a circle or a figure 8 or whatever. I've never seen anybody do that in the game. You know, you have to figure out. You have to figure out what you can do to help the team. That's what I did. You know, Coach Garner told me I'd never played. I said, no, I wouldn't. I'll figure out what you need the most, and I'll be the best guy at it. It didn't make me a great player, but it got me a lot of playing time and a lot of respect from my peers.
You guys obviously have a lot going on this off-season. Is this going to be a difficult off-season, busy off-season? How would you characterize this? Important off-season?
I just got out of hospital for AFib and pneumonia. Anything's going to be a damn improvement.
You're still not sure about some of the guys on the team, whether they have that, as you said?
It's not about me being sure about them, it's about being sure about themselves.
How do they prove that to you in an
Do the right
off-season?
thing. Do the right thing. I know who's in the gym, who's not. They got swipe cards. I know when they come in. Do the right thing. You know? Don't go hang out on the corner. Don't do things you shouldn't do. And to think that we don't know what they're doing is absurd. We do know what they're doing. It's not hard, you know? Do the right thing, work hard. You can make something yourself. Because there's so many people who won't. It becomes increasingly easier and easier and easier in this country to be good at something because other people are so damn lazy they won't do anything. They're easy to pass.
About just to tighten up one thing, Derek's late for the game, shoot around, or practice.
He was late coming in for the game. They have a time that they're supposed to be on the floor. Now, Javon Carter's time was about 2 hours before that time. You know, which is what you really want your best player to be.
Anything else?
Thank you.